All right. So we got a next one for y'all, man. Over here with the 2K crossover, and we got a guest for y'all. Y'all been requesting this for a while now. Badge plug. And you know me, man. Your boy Brutal, Sim on the scene, wicked and mean. And I ain't introducing this guy, man. City, introduce yourself, my G.
What's good, y'all? Welcome to the next episode of the 2K crossover. Super excited to have the homie admire Badge Plug for as long as I've been a content creator. Always show love, a man of the people. Salute, Badge Plug in the building. What up, Badge?
Yeah, I know that was your title, man of the people, man. You got anything to say, Badge?
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. I love to show love to everybody because I feel like there's no reason to go the other way. I mean, we're all in the community together, right? So
big facts.
Facts. As you see, Jay not here this week. He doing rich people things, right? He's on a cruise. He told me don't tell y'all. He want everybody to think he's broke, all right? He's calling me FaceTime almost every day, showing me he's on the beach, looking at bikinis and all type of stuff. Wow. We're going to talk about it a different time, man. So let's get into it, Badge, man. Badge, how long you been playing 2K, man?
So I've been playing 2K. The first cover I can actually remember in my head is the one with Kevin Garnett, which I think was 2K9. My dad got me into basketball. He was always one of those probably really early grinders of games that were online multiplayer. You know, there was those people that sweated their single player games and speed ran Mario or whatever. But he was like someone that wanted to be on the top of the leaderboards. And I remember on one of the college basketball games, he was a truck driver, and he would make me like load up on one of the low ranked teams or one of the garbage. Or no, I'd be on a really good team, and he'd be on the low ranked team, and I'd join the game and quit. And then so he would get like a bunch of XP for beating me.
Y'all was boosting way back then.
I remember watching NBA Live when it was like at its top, and all those things. So my dad's the reason why I'm here, probably on 2K for sure.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, that's you got a 2K crossover exclusive. Badge was the originator of the boosting
squad.
Yes, I was a victim to the boosting, bro.
Yes,
like
sir.
College basketball 11 or whatever. I don't even know.
Like Friday's a genius, man.
Word up. He was boosting before the joint was invented. That's dope. He was
like, he'd be high ranked in a lot of games. So.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. While some of us was here trying to do it the right way. Damn.
Yeah.
How long you been a creator though?
So I actually had YouTube. I had 2 YouTube channels, or maybe 3, before I was, Badge Plug. But I didn't like take anything serious. It would be to like post proof of beating people on game battles on Call of Duty. You guys know what that is. Things like that. But really, when I first started to like actually become a creator, was like 2015, 2016. So I'd watch like Chris Smoove and Rice Gum and just so many different areas of YouTube, like Casey Neistat. I've been around since, Mint Coke and Mentos or whatever, the Pepsi and Mentos, like a long time. Smosh, I've watched YouTube since its introduction to where it is now. So I started around really trying in like 2016, 15. Around that time.
That's what's up.
Okay. Now, I got actually because there's been a really trendy topic lately. I've been seeing it on Twitter because recently some creators who left the 2K community have been speaking about why they left the community. But you've been so consistent over the years, man. Especially when it comes to the 2K community, and you are one of the bigger creators in the 2K community still. What is keeping you from leaving this community, man?
So, well, I'm gonna have to go deep.
Before,
go ahead.
Have you ever thought of leaving?
Yeah, so I have thought of leaving before, but I really go off passion, what I care about, and I don't see myself doing like pranks or IRL videos because it's not like. What am I going to do? Like, my life's decently interesting, I guess, but I don't want to force.
Yeah.
And
I get it completely.
At times as a creator, you guys know, sometimes you do have to force, like in 2K22 and 23. I didn't really enjoy those games at all. Like 22, I just didn't enjoy. So like, I still had to work through it. But I knew there was probably better times ahead. Not saying that 24 is the greatest thing ever. But also I'm very happy with where I'm at. I want to maybe someone will watch this and understand that, yes, there is a ceiling for 2K. Maybe it's also shrinking as the years go on. But like the money I'm making right now, I'm completely fine with exactly how much. I don't need to. I have no like ambition to like get 500,000 views a video or 1 million, which I think I could if I really worked hard and left 2K, invested all this money. I think I could, but I don't.
Good. I think you're gonna getting there.
Yeah, but it's not something that I like.
Yeah, like it's
you know.
So you're more about peace of mind and what you do for a living.
Yeah, like I'm great where I'm at, you know, and things are going good. And I mean, not really in the 2K community, you know what I'm saying, with everything going on, but like life is great. You know, I'm blessed to be where I'm at.
Yeah, you know, I think sometimes people forget that if you love what you're doing, it's not work. And sometimes we got to work towards finding that balance and finding a good place, right? It is kind of work now, but you see,
but you don't mind it because you love what you're doing,
right?
Yeah, I mean, and one of the biggest sins is greed, and you know, we see that what's going on right now. What's going on is you're chasing, and eventually, you know, when you start to do good, there's a difference between like just sitting on your couch all day and like collecting, you know, something from the government, but like and doing good, and then not needing more and more, you know. I think that's important.
Yeah,
that's
a big fact.
Where you're happy, you know.
Yeah, and that's a lot of people don't understand that, man, because I get it in my comments, bro. Do something else. I'm like, bro, you know, 2K natural to me. I have fun doing this. I don't want to do nothing else. Like for real, it's like second nature. Like I don't have to think too much when I'm playing 2K. I do it in stream. I stream. I'm playing. My wife gonna come in and give me food. I'm eating in the middle of playing games. I'm still doing like, no, I'm good. I'm good with this. All right,
yeah, we're chilling.
So let's move to the latest news when it comes to season 5 dropping, man. Yeah. What your opinion on season 5 rewards so far? All right.
I went through the seasons earlier today. Man, I tell you, it seems like a bunch of recycled nonsense, man. I think we've had some of these rewards for far too long. It seems like 2K is just filling in slots right now. We got 40 rewards, 40 times 9. They got to do 9 seasons. I think it comes to like 360 rewards that they got to come up with in an annual cycle. And you can tell they're just not brainstorming anymore. There's no war room meeting saying, what rewards can we offer the community? Because the stuff we're getting, your level 39 reward is a motorized trike. Why? Why is that the case? Why do we get 15 sets of banners in these rewards? There's no incentive to pursue these rewards. These rewards are not, they're not as rewarding as they should be. And that limits the grind, in my opinion. So it's a little bit of a letdown. The rec jerseys are dope. Community builds. Oh my God. You guys, have you guys seen the community builds yet? You ain't seen them yet? Nah.
Are they bad?
So I was super excited about the Lamonster point guard build. Bad, bro. The only legitimate build that we've seen out there, and I hate to say this, but I could be wrong. Maybe you guys have a different opinion, but the only legitimate build that I seen out there was from Bash World at the center.
I was hoping you say my guy Bash.
Bash. He dropped a legitimate build.
You gotta know Bash plays the game with his center, so I expect him to put out a good center build at least.
Yeah, that Lamonster build was such a, I was super excited about the Lamonster build coming out at that one position. I thought he was gonna encourage a lot of players. Wait until you guys see that build. Oh my God! So I had the stream vote. That bad, bro. I had the stream vote. And I said, well, let me know. There was a ton of people in the stream. Let me know, L or W. I think it was 4 out of the 5 builds were L's.
Wow.
I'm not knocking y'all creators. I'm not saying it's y'all build. But, oh, my God. You got to do better for the community, B. Cole the Man dropped a 1v1 build. So I don't knock him too much for that build. In a 5v5 setting, it wouldn't hold up. But in a 1v1 setting, it probably will. So Cole the Man's build might be good. Oh, Dimework. Dimework dropped another build too. Dimework dropped the go-to build too.
Oh, he's got one. Yeah.
Yeah. Dimework dropped one.
My guy Dimework.
You could tell he invested. You could tell.
Yeah. You saw anything on season 5 yet, Badge?
So I've looked at it. Usually, if you guys know my channel or are familiar with it, I post like a rewards before the season comes out, like when 2K announces it, and then I'll do like a reaction to the new season live. I've done neither of those because I'm starting to just not enjoy the season process. At this point, it's like, okay, it's a new season. We got maybe this one animation that's can go on this player, and okay, you get a jetpack, but we've seen that like 8 times now. I don't know. I feel like I told people that the season rewards didn't matter much if they brought back Rookie to Legend, and they did do that, but they didn't do that. Like they did, but they didn't. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I really try to focus on a little bit lately is that we'll ask for something and 2K says, okay, well, here it is, but it's not what we asked for. And then somehow, some way, it doesn't make sense to me. People that are in the community will be like, well, you guys asked for this and now you're complaining.
Thank you.
Like going to a restaurant and you order a steak, right? And you order it, made well, and it comes out bleeding. It's still mooing. You didn't get the steak you asked for.
Yeah, they give you a twist on everything we asked for. Yeah, Bruce said it.
No, well, that's one of my biggest pet peeves with 2K. It happened when we asked for affiliation. It happens with the rep thing. It happened with a bunch of different stuff too, man. They always put a twist on it. And it seemed like they're always trying to see if they could get more money when they bring back something. It's not genuinely them bringing it back what we asked for. Trying to see, okay, so we know they're going to want this, so let's see if we can milk them for something else, which is a huge issue for me personally, right? I want to ask you, so overall, you all think the transition to seasons is a failure then, from what I'm getting?
When we come, us three here know in particular, veterans of the game. We've played the game for years. We played the game where we had to grind our life away to get to mascot and then pay 2K for the opportunity to have a mascot on, paying 300,000 VC for a mascot. And then we get to a point now where it's given to us. Everybody got a mascot. Everybody, their mother, their uncle, all got mascots. And I think it just devalued what it means to get these rewards and these incentives. A lot of people like to be unique on 2K, and that's really what they grind for, the opportunity to set themselves apart. And being that everybody has all of these digital assets, and there's nothing unique about it, and they get tried real quick.
For that in economics, it's called luxury good. And I've been when people are saying, "Nah, I want to pay for everything. I want it easy." I was like, "Y'all don't know what the hell y'all want." We are human beings. None of us want everything that everybody have.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's like going down the street and you see every car is a Lamborghini. Then Lamborghinis aren't that
value.
cool. Yeah. Or, grind, if you have ever grinded in your life to be fit and like, let's say you have a 6-pack, that's a hard goal to achieve and attain. You know what I'm saying? And to keep, so it's like, if everyone had a 6-pack, you wouldn't care. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You'll have folks grinding to try and be chubby. If everybody had a 6-pack.
That's why I think personally 2K shot themselves in their foot once they start making everything easily accessible. Because not that the rewards are not good, is that if everybody have it, we don't care about it. We really don't. If you had to work for it, and then when you get it, you stand out from it, kind of separates you from everybody else. That adds a significant, like when it comes to increasing value to that product. I don't think they thought of that. They was like, how we could get some, you know what? Fortnite got their seasons things where they pay for skins. How can we implement that in 2K? And I think Fortnite ruined the gaming community. I know if you
ain't lying. That joint changed everything.
It set the bar for sure.
Yeah. So now after Fortnite, people started, wait, how much people spending for skins over there? No, we got to figure out a way. COD adopted it, and 2K tried to ease us into it. And now I think it's going to get worse, to be honest with you. But I think that's one of the biggest problems, because what kind of rewards can it give you to be excited for?
I've talked about this a few times. I mean, I think that, first of all, they actually, again, listened to one of the things that I asked for, and that was added attributes, right? So getting plus attributes, but again, they didn't do it correctly. Attributes should give you animations. It should give you badges. And people do say that like, oh, well, you know, it would make your players too overpowered. It's like, you're rarely going to see these people. There's so many people in the game, like top 10. Remember, it's 10 people. Like, make this something, if it's going to be top 10, especially where you lose it, which is insane,
top 10. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You can lose getting top 10. You can't earn legend anymore. It can be losable. But like, you should be able to be, like AllCity was saying, you should stand out, like extremely stand out. And you don't really do that. I mean, you get your little logo above your head. But I played on a top 10 account, and it wasn't anything crazy. Like he had 91 dunks, so it went to 99. I didn't notice any difference at all. 91 to 99.3 does actually change something. It's been proven by 2K Labs, gives you more green window. So that's one. 91 to 99 ball handle, what's that do without badges, without animations? And we can even talk about how there's really no incentive for a lot of attributes to go to 99. Why is there not a single thing for 99 ball handle? There's like literally there's nothing. You can't find one. That's can't. Crazy. It doesn't. There should be like an AI dribble style where you break more ankles, or there's so many things they could do where it just seems easy. But I think that 2K has to not make the perfect game, which we can talk about later. We were talking about, before the podcast. We'll get into that one. The sabotaging of the game, but
I mean, you could no. You could think no.
Let me add something to these seasons, B, because I think we're forgetting some as well. We know we've learned recently that the good majority of 2K's revenue comes through microtransactions, so it's in their best interest to get players on the game. They currently got the game on sale for $20. I think that's a way, part of these seasons, and why they were probably incorporated is because that was right when they got incorporated. That was right during the time where microtransactions started making up the good majority of their revenue. They were making that transition. It was like a 55-45 in favor of microtransactions. During that time, they introduced seasons. So I imagine that they were thinking, how do we keep players on the game the whole year? Because it was during that time that we started dipping in about 9 months. Everybody was dipping. They were like going off. They're done. They're waiting for the next year. And then it dropped to 6 months. And now, like this year, we're like at 3 months where folks are saying the game is dead already. And it happens every year. But man, the player base is taking a huge hit. And I think seasons were introduced as a way to entice us to keep playing the entire year. Something to chase. But they're not doing a good job at it. That's a perfect
thing, which leads me to my segue, which coincidentally was my next question, man. Where do you think 2K went wrong this year, Bad?
I think that seasons have been proven to them behind closed doors that it does work to get people back on the game. Obviously, I mean, they brought it back 3 years now. Like you were saying, they want to keep people back on the game to get people, like their shareholders. They can be like, look, we still have this many concurrent players in, August. But really, they don't know that it's like people just got back on for like that day or two, which is still, that's still us doing that. But yeah, where they went wrong this year, I think the first start was the whole rookie to legend thing. How you can lose legend, only 10 people can get the best reward in the game. And also, we've talked about, I've talked about it, sorry.
You good.
I'm making my videos, but like we've talked about it, like rewards, in my opinion, I put it neck and neck with gameplay in terms of importance. So it's like gameplay, rewards, and sometimes it could even be higher. Like think about all the best games you've ever played throughout your life. You guys have played more games than me, but like a lot of them, you were incentivized to play the game to earn something really cool, and there's not like cool things to really earn anymore. There's just not.
Bad preaching, bro.
He's preaching. He is preaching.
I can't, because this is what I've been trying to say all the time. And you know what I get in my comment section on a regular basis? Bro, I work all the time, bro. I ain't got time. But I'm saying, yeah, I'm hearing you. But still, if you start paying for stuff, the value just ain't gonna be there. You're not gonna be working. You're not gonna that feeling of achieving something won't be there. So what's the purpose to why are you gonna keep playing? Why?
I think that like even now it's something that's not talked about really, but they'll say, I'm not going to hit legend. I don't care about things like that in the game. It's like, you might not care, which is completely okay.
Right.
but I've got proof. I'm a numbers guy. I love numbers. Not like, oh, I'm better than this guy, or I'm not doing as good. I look at people's channels to be like, okay, if this guy's doing really good, I can be doing really good. I need to work harder, right? So what I'm saying is I love numbers, looking at analytics, and I've got proof that people cared about the legend grind back in the day. I don't want to say an exact number, 70 to 80 videos on 2K20 that had the word legend in it. 70 to 80. That's a lot. That's an insane amount of content, money in my pocket, growth for the game, and also it's a community thing. You know, you come together. Someone hit legend, bro. Someone could be hitting legend in August, and that park was packed. That guy wasn't even a creator.
They'll follow your whole journey.
Everybody was in there. We were all chilling. It was an achievement for somebody, even though, you know, you're at the end of the day, you're like, okay, this guy just played a lot of 2K. Like, we were all in the park. We were chilling. With congratulations. There, you know what I'm saying? It was something that was, it could even start a career, like back in the day.
A lot of career.
Yeah, the Legends were champions of the community, hands down, bro. They were respected by everybody. Why? Because Legend had value to it. It was known that you had to grind.
Even if someone is not going to hit legend, it 100% affects viewership for the game. That's what I was trying to get to. People care about it. If they're not doing it, they still care about it. Most people, you know what I'm saying? So it all really starts, in my opinion, and I've said it like a broken record on my channel, but it's like you have to be incentivized to play the game. Like, most of us love basketball, and there's a good amount of people that love basketball, and that's their only reason they play the game. They don't care about the rewards, whatever. There's also another large portion of people that play video games in general to get rewarded, to have cool things, to stand out, to, you know, to feel accomplished. And there's nothing to, you don't feel accomplished when you unlock a trike. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro. Yeah, like you got a bunch of grown folks. It's a mixed community.
Yeah, you're not just limited to 2K's anything. If I do anything, there must be some reward to it. At the end of it, there must be some reward, and we mightn't. This is what I'm saying. We mightn't have it set like we need this reward, but there must be something attached to it that gives you that feeling at the end of the day. Sorry for disturbing your City. What you was gonna say?
No, that's straight, bro. Now, because to add to that as well, there's this concept behind other developers that they use to constantly keep the player immersed and engaged. And it seems like 2K has gone away from this formula, which is popular amongst developers. They understand how to boost those endorphins. And part of that is there's always an incentive to chase that it feels rewarding. And to give you guys perspective, it's like playing Mario and you're always getting another coin. Is that perspective? Or there's this new process where in open world games, every 7 seconds, there's something that's going to catch your attention. And they make sure that when you're traversing the open world. 2K, on the other hand, has gone away from this formula, and we're feeling it as gamers. We're getting stressed out. We're feeling 2K exhausted out there because the incentives are not boosting our endorphins, and we don't feel excited even when we win a game. We be up in a rec center by 30, 40 points, and it feels like an L when we got off.
Right. I got a hard question to ask, right? Because do y'all think we have some blame to take in this as a community?
I think so. I think that it's a gray area on the answer. I think both sides are to blame. I've said that recently as well, that, if you had a burger restaurant in your state, or let's say in the whole United States, there's one burger restaurant. If that burger was $10, everybody's buying the burger, right? And then it's $20. Everybody's buying the burger. And it's 30, then it's 40. At some point, the customer can't just be like, dang, I'm running out of money, and why do you guys keep making it go up? But they keep buying it. Like, you have to stop at some point. There's got to be a line that has to be drawn where you stop spending as much money. Let's say you're an everyday customer to that restaurant. You just start going every other day, or once a week, or once a month. You got to draw some sort of line. And that's what I've told people lately, is that since we figured out from AllCity, I actually seen this from you, that 2K makes 75% of their money from microtransactions. You can still play 2K, just stop spending as much money. And you can actually be a part of that group that gets 2K. It hits their pockets. It's got to hit their pockets. You can hit their pockets and still play the game. That's crazy how much money they make from that, considering I grew up in an era where there was no microtransactions in any games, and now there's companies making a third of their money off that. Bro. It's pretty crazy.
So you're saying we're enabling 2K? If we could,
in a way, I think that at some point you have to cut back. You have to maybe and you don't even have to not buy the game. There is people that have not bought the game and went that far. Let's say you spend $1,000 a year on the game. Now you spend $500. You're a part of that. You're a part of that. They will see that. They just seen a $91 million loss. There's people that are in on that. I'm a part of that. I haven't bought BC in like a month or two, and I don't think I've been talking about lately that I'm going to spend any money on BC for the rest of the year.
Nice.
So, and I'm all throughout the year I'm making builds, and I've got my builds. My other account has 400K VC left, so I do have room for another build or two, and that's it. I got something coming too that we talked about before the podcast, but I want to say
yeah, keep that out, man.
No money spent is the new wave, y'all. No money spent, the new wave.
Yep.
All right, our next question: do you think creators have an obligation to take certain stands when it comes to 2K? Because I see it in my comments, y'all should. I mean, this is asking too much. I'll let them know one time. Y'all should just stop playing 2K. Stop it.
Yeah, they're telling me that too, bro. That's annoying.
All right. We have some obligations, but that ain't it. Okay. Word. In my opinion. What do y'all think about like supporters, viewers putting pressure on the creators they support to take certain stands?
Got a badge.
I think it's really odd as someone who looks, I literally read every comment on my news videos, things like that. And it takes out extra time and things like that. But I love to see what the community's talking about, what we're chatting about. And it just seems that we're people that are more vocal than a lot of other creators. Me, you, Jai, people like that. It seems like we're the people that get the most response from people saying like, stop playing the game, stop talking about that. Why is the community not going to people that never say anything and telling them to start saying something? It seems like it's the people who speak the most about what's going on get the most people mad at you. And it's very odd. It's the weirdest thing that I've ever seen.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
Yeah, it is facts, man. We out here, we're grinding, we see something wrong, and we see the future of what's going to happen. And it's not just 2K, it's not just sports gaming. Any developer coming up sees these numbers that 2K is making, this sports games are making on their player base. Why wouldn't they follow that blueprint? Why wouldn't they follow the formula to success, financial success? So, we're out here trying to speak on that so we can at the very least curb this idea of gaming companies taking advantage of their player bases. Other gaming communities, they shut these things down, yeah? 2K, the community that is 2K, we have trouble coming together to create a change. But I don't want to deny the fact that this year we did hit them with a 7% decline, which equated to over $90 million. We just got to keep it going.
The next earnings.
But y'all see 2K making a move to try to right their wrongs right now.
Say it again.
With those rating 100 bills, right? Y'all see that? What y'all think about that Kareem card and the Shaq one?
Before you speak on that, bro, just so you guys understand what Brew is saying, we found out during that earnings call that it's not gameplay development. That's 2K's number one line item expense. Marketing is their number one expense. And that's why you're getting these 100 overall cards and, 2K24 for $20 with a whole package deal. Son, y'all.
Probably pay so much for the artwork and all throughout the year and the promos, the pictures, the people that take care of their social accounts and things like that, for sure. That's wild. Their number one expense.
Number one line item expense, bro.
Wow. People don't understand why my team is so important to 2K. And I said it on one of my previous videos. My team is the only game mode where even when the game is dying, it could be very popular and very successful because that's when they drop some of the best cards, right? Later in the year, they start off the year with okay cards, but as the year progresses, then you get the higher rated cards. And now I'm seeing they're pulling that card a little bit too early, to be honest. I'm surprised this level 100 Shaq and stuff is Kareem is there already, which tells me they're panicking.
Yeah, that's how I feel too, bro.
I mean, right after the what's it called? The earnings drop, we're dropping 2 100 overalls, and people gotta like, maybe you're newer to 2K. I played my team since the very introduction in 2K13. I think it was 2K13 or 14, and you could buy from a team pack. So what you would do is if you wanted 95, 96, MJ, you would buy a pack from that team, and you would have a chance. It's like 1 out of 15, however many people was on the roster, you'd have that chance to get Michael Jordan. And now we got Troy Dan, I don't know if you guys seen, opened 824 packs and didn't get the Kareem. But yet, very quickly after the packs came out, there was a few next makers that got it. I mean, very quickly.
Yeah, really he spent $1,700 to try and get that card.
Yeah.
That really? And he deleted 2K.
I seen someone else posted proof that they spent $2,000 and didn't get it.
Laker Nation.
So I don't know. Look. That's one of those that Brute was saying, like, or what I was trying to say to his answer is that at some point you do got to blame the consumer. Like, bro, unless you're a multi-millionaire or something, I'm not telling you how to spend your money, but like, I would highly recommend you don't spend $2,000 for a virtual card. And what's crazy is in let's say August, when the in game is out, that card might actually not even compete with the other cards. The new cards might be better than that card. So not only are you spending that money, but now that card's not even good. It's not even competing with other people.
And to add to what BADGEPLUG said, in case for the folks out here that are like, well, he spent $2,000, he spent $1,700, that's on him. In case you guys are like not seeing that there is a real problem, first of all, these are grown men spending this money. So imagine what it does to the mentality of a kid. That's first. But what if I told you guys that there was someone on a sports game who spent over $40,000 on opening these packs in a very similar My Team mode on FIFA? Spent from 2K from FIFA 19 to 20 or something like that, spent over 40,000, lost his house and almost lost his marriage because of what's going on with these processes that these sports games are introducing to the communities. So there is a very real problem here, and we expect these gaming companies to kind of hone in on this stuff and curb it so that folks don't get out of hand with it. If a grown man's doing this, what is it going to do to a kid, bro?
And this is gambling, man. I saw that burner account going crazy on Twitter saying it's not gambling. It's gambling, man. I played my team and I opened these packs. And I'm telling y'all, it's the same exact sensation I get when I play the slots, bro.
Or like when you get a good one, it's like sparkling and it gives you the cool animation. And it's like, okay, we see what you're doing here.
The whole game mode looks like a casino. Like the colors.
Wow.
Like, come on, you log into my team to get that spin roulette thing. Like, come on, man. It's so obvious right now, man. So with all this going on now, man, do y'all think 2K would ever return to its glory days, though?
You could take that badge.
All right, here we go. Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. I honestly think that it is possible. I think right now we're in the weirdest spot. I might even sound like a conspiracy theorist or something at this point, that a video game company can even be in. It's like 2K has been so successful for so long, and they're doing this straight up. A stock market or housing market, it'll be like up, down, up, down, up, down on your way through. But when you go too far up this quick, all the way up, if you guys know about it, it usually goes.
Yeah,
it's got to come down. It has to pop. I think 2K is in a nasty bubble right now, and the consumers are a part of it as well, where they've just somehow made it more and more expensive. Yeah, they get their backlash, news articles, whatever. But then last year they sold 13 million copies, which was the second most they've ever sold. And we'll see how it is this year, by the way. But they've got to almost, in my opinion, self-sabotage their game at this point. And today in my video is the first day I'm actually introducing that thought process as well, because I've just sat and thought about it so much. I think that they need to push it so far that it pops. And then once it pops, we get our little drop. Maybe GTA 6 coming soon. Maybe that's when they really want it to pop, because it'll be like that year where we just forget we're on GTA 6. You know what I'm saying? We're chilling. And then psychologically, they come back. They're like, okay, people are not buying the game as much. The sales are down. Let's make a good game. Let's make it less microtransactional. Psychologically, the person that's playing the game is going to be like, 2K's back. Let's go. I love this. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. I really think that they have to, and I think that's what they're doing. That's the only thing I can come to the conclusion of, is that they're popping their own bubble, and eventually 2K will be back to a spot where we're like, okay, 2K is back. But how long is that going to last as well is something you could think about too.
Yeah, I feel like 2K, we've seen them be smart as hell. We've seen what they did from 2K18 to 19, how 2K18 was received from the community at that point in time, if you guys remember. And then what they did to that backlash, they completely flipped it on its head and dropped 2K19. So they do have the capacity to create something amazing. I was mentioning earlier, I'm under the theory that I think 2K operates the best when they're the underdog. When they're out there using all their resources, similar to what they did to Live, when they was the underdog, what they do? They gave the best, bro. They're not on top, they gave the best. But at top, they seem to remain complacent. Like, they don't want to take risks. And I'm like, this is why we're in a place in gaming currently right now where indie games are proving to be way more successful than these AAA titles, because these indie games are willing to take the risk for the player base. 2K doesn't take any more risk, and I think we're seeing it, man.
That's because they're in a comfortable position, man. All right, and that's the biggest problem right there. I know a lot of people say, "Yo, Life should drop a game." No. Life haven't been good in years. I'm sorry, I have to
lying.
say. And I bought all the NBA Live because I understood how important competition was. But the problem with Live, the animation was just too clunky. Just didn't look. Just
wasn't fluid, bro.
Didn't feel good. Right.
Well, I tried to compete against 2K by dropping a very low microtransactional game. The issue it seemed like everything else around it was good, and it is. I like the 30 different arenas, and I've made multiple videos on it. But at the end of the day, it did come back to the gameplay. I think that was the reason why it didn't succeed, is because you would look at 2K, you look at Live, and you'd be like, it's not the same.
And people act like EA is better than 2K.
Like they're not going to do the same exact thing.
EA going to do the same exact thing if they were in 2K position. We've seen what they do with FIFA. We've seen it. All right. And I think the reason why 2K not able to drop the realistic course is because EA probably have some exclusive rights to these courses as well. So they're known for just securing exclusive rights and don't care about the gaming community. It's all business with them as well. So it's always funny when I hear people, oh, Life should drop. Man, they're just as bad, man. Like, you wouldn't for a next $1 billion company to come and treat you better than no. That's not it, man.
That's why sorry, my fault. Keep going.
You good, bro?
You good.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I've been mentioning lately that some company could make a basketball game.
Say it again.
And
no license.
I haven't even said EA, because like, you can make a part game, a rec.
Yes.
They don't own. They don't own.
They own basketball.
Like basketball, yeah. They have the NBA license, but a company would have to realize that they're not going to get the whole market that 2K has. 2K has my GM and my team because of the license. The license gets them their whole. Every single person that could possibly be interested in a basketball game, they've got that. So this company would go in knowing that they're not going to get as many MyGM, even if they have MyGM mode, and they have like the Chicago Cows or something instead of the Bulls. They know they're not going to get all those people. So they would go into it knowing that, but they would also spend way less money because they don't have to buy the NBA license. So they could focus that on creating a good game with good rewards, with a park, with a build system. 2K doesn't own that. So,
but even like NBA, I think you could still get the NBA license, man. Because the new game that I featured a while ago, NBA Infinite, they got NBA license, the official license. I mean, but it's only mobile. That's the problem. You need something on console to compete with 2K, right? So, and I've been playing that game recently. The game is pretty solid. But the problem again with that game, filled with microtransactions as well. I think, you don't have to as well. You don't have to, but it's more along the my team type mode-ish if you want to call it that. But the license is there. So
Mm.
they could play. I still bring out the NBA game and to compete. I don't think the problem was the NBA license per se, man. It's just that NBA Live just wasn't good for a long period of time. I think people kept giving it chance after chance, and then they're like, all right, man, I ain't gonna keep playing this
You
all year.
wanted it to be good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they wanted it to be good.
I
You
think
know,
that was part of the buzz.
I agree with you, Badge. I think the next competitor to 2K is going to have to come up behind the scenes. I have, when speaking in conspiracy theories sort of mind state, I feel like 2K shuts everything down that even comes remotely close to them.
It might be some backdoor deals.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, if you're trying to come up in my space, I'll buy you out type of mentality.
But they did that for what was the 2K
The playground.
Game? Yeah, they did that for
playground.
the playground.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff like that.
Anything coming up, they shutting it down. Like, nah, bro. You either a part of us, you either with us or you're not.
It's competing too heavy because I think 2K pulled the ultimate chess move with the 2K League though, and linking it to the NBA.
Yeah.
So now it benefits the NBA for 2K to do well.
It's so weird. The league is a whole different thing you could talk about as well. Like, has it ever been profitable? I don't know. Has it actually? I don't know the numbers. That's what I'm saying.
How? Maybe through sponsorship?
Yeah, maybe.
Because the viewership to me don't reflect like it don't look like all the other like when you look at the comp in Call of Duty and the crowds they pull, the 2K League don't necessarily pull those numbers, man.
Yeah, for sure. And I actually worked with the league in 2K22. I played in they actually flew me down. I played in a tournament on stage. I won $10,000 against I was a lockdown. That's my actual main position. I played in competitive and against a guard who became a league player the next year. And it was a great experience. It was super fun. Actually being there was so much different than watching it. And I think they need to somehow change the way, like kind of make it like you're there. Being there was just so much. I was actually interested in what was going on when I was there. When I watch it, I'm not really that interested. So
I think it's because most of the players, I'm not trying to be offensive, they're not that interesting.
Yeah. No, for sure.
There have to be something that pulls like Bear the Beast, he's a character by himself.
Mm-hmm.
He brings a lot of eyes to him. There are certain, like, you could just pull out, there's certain players that that they have something to them. So I think that's the issue right there. You know what I mean?
Well, like if their number one marketing expenses if their number one line item expenses marketing, they should be able to properly market this joint.
Well, that's you sure that's for the 2K League though?
Well, I mean to say that's 2K. That's 2K's number one line item expense overall. It's marketing. So I imagine that's part of that marketing budget has to go to the 2K League. It would be in their best interest because they're so closely tied. That's what ties them to the NBA, like you had just mentioned.
I don't think so. I think it was a chess move that they linked the 2K League. But I think they know their main income is microtransactions. It's not.
Oh, of course. Well, but I mean to say that's why it's not popular. And I think it's like you said, a chess move that they just use it to link them. And 2K is the NBA's best interest, which is, in case you guys don't know, is part of the reason reported by Brian Mazik with Force.com. Part of the reason why EA Live got shut down and got disbanded was because they wanted to drop a free-to-play game, and the NBA said, "Nah, bro. That's going to affect 2K sales."
Yeah.
And
I think the 2K League, I think they made a move in that 3v3 at the wrong time. Because I don't think when you look at, I think viewership, they're more leaning towards the Pro-Am scene now, the 5v5 over the 3v3. I think there was a shift recently by what I've been seeing. There was a time when Ticino and them and that whole comp scene, and everybody wants to see 3v3 or wagers and stuff like that. But after they added 3v3, I watched it. That first year, good. I watched when you played and stuff like that. I was actually invited to there, but you know where I'm at and all that stuff. And I still got a full-time job, by the way. I know you know that, right? So I was still under contract and stuff like that, right? So I couldn't leave to even take part in that, right? But I saw a shift where people was, after that year, people was now moving towards, that 3v3 is kind of getting old. I want to see more 5v5 come. Because I see now a lot of 5v5 Pro-Am creators are doing well right now, to be honest with you.
Doing good for sure.
Yeah,
I think the elephant in the room for the league, and I could break down a few things that, you know, is holding them back, but they have to get more creators involved. There's no bridge that's gapped. And unfortunately, there's going to be people that disagree with me that watch this video, but I've been there. I've played them. You know, I had to practice. I scrimmed on their game for weeks. And there's so many people that think that the league players aren't that good. And, you know, there is a few that aren't that good, but they are really good. Like, if I even brought the idea up to Frank at the 2K League, because I've talked to him a lot about what they should do. They should have an event where you play 2K League players in a 5v5 setting. You load up, you play 2K League players, right? If you can beat them, you get some cool rewards. But that would really show the community these guys are good. And maybe they're not so good themselves, but in the 5v5 setting, they buy into their role, they win games. You're not, I'm telling you, the average person is going to lose 99 out of 100 games in a 5v5 setting to a league team. I'm not comparing person for person. I'm saying per team. It's like Michael Jordan lost in a 1v1 to like a CEO or something like years ago. You can look it up on YouTube. It's like, was the CEO better? Is he actually better at basketball? No. But in a team setting, it would just be an absolute abusing of him on the court. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't know, he's not going to be able to play in that. So I think that they don't have a gap. They don't have a bridge that's there where people understand that these players are really good. And I think that's the biggest issue, is that people think they're just as good or better than league players. So why would you watch, like, when you watch Call of Duty, I know Scump would destroy me over and over and over. I could play Scump in 100 1v1s, and I'd probably never win.
Yeah.
People don't know that in 2K. They think they're just as good as those players. So, and they also start the season in like February or March. They started the game's already dropped.
The timing for it is bad too.
Yeah, they started. If they started in September,
yes, when the game
there would be
launched,
much more interest.
Yeah, when the game launched and everybody's now happy to see the new 2K. Yeah, you're right. I think that's one of the biggest issues.
Yeah, I talked to Frank at the league. He's pretty big over there. He's not like the president, but like he's pretty big up there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
it was just years, and it was like 2 years of me just telling him these ideas, and it's just like there's so many things they're missing out on. I don't think the league at this point is going to be able to do it. Like, I don't know what they're doing, you know?
Interesting.
And by the way, I want to say how you said that they did that as a chess move. I've seen them say in their earnings call that that 2K has a professional esports league or whatever. So I think that's why they do it, for their shareholders that don't really know about the game. They're like, oh, it's got a professional league. You know, it just looks good.
Yeah.
Paper as a business.
Damn, everything's a finesse, huh?
How long you think that 2K league is going to be around, man? You think it's going to
keep going?
Yeah, it's locked in, bro.
I don't think that I would guess right now that it's not profitable. I don't think it can be profitable, but it's just like that whole, it's like, even if the two sides are losing out at the end, it's just something they do as a business. You know, you said you have your business degree. What do you think about, I'm switching on to you. What do you think?
I think the 2K league is like the WNBA for real. Yeah. Yeah. I think, as you said, and you were right, they're going to use it in the earnings call. And a lot of people don't understand a lot of what 2K does, especially because you have to speak to these shareholders. You have to make them feel comfortable at the end of the day for them to keep investing more money into the business and stuff like that. So you hit the hammer on the head right there, or the nail on the head right there. But yeah, you got anything to say about that, City?
I think the 2K League is going to be around for a while, and I think it's for reasons outside of profit. Like you said, it's to maintain this relationship, this affiliation, and showcase a close tie that no other company could come up in 2K space, man. They monopolized the market. They monopolized this corner of the market, and they said nobody else is coming up, and that solidifies it right there. So, for instance, if they relinquish that affiliation with the NBA and somebody else creates an esports basketball league, that gives, that lets 2K lose leverage there, and they're not giving that up, bro.
I think they need a revamp, though. I think they need to rethink.
I think the idea that Badge gave is a dope way to bridge that gap where you let the people play with the players they think they better than. And as soon as, let them see and get dropped off. And then that's it. It'll turn everything around and folks will want to start aspiring to play like their favorite 2K League player.
And another way I've described it is because some people will be like, oh, well, they're just cheesers and things. And, they have to play to the meta. They're trying to play for money. That's their career. They're trying. They have to do whatever is best to try to win. But I've also described it in a way that they could put on your exact animations and still beat you with them. Like if the whole team had this team had the same build, same animations, 2K League team had the same build, same animations, this team's going to win more than they lose for sure. And I'm telling you, I have no affiliation with them. They're not paying me, nothing like that. I've played against them. They are very good at the game. That's how they came up. A lot of guys came up from sweating stage and pro-am. They're very good at the game as a team. I'm not necessarily saying per player they're better than the other player, but they know how to buy into a system. They know how to play a role, and they win games.
Well, it's weird that you guys say as a team because basketball is a team sport.
Thank you, right? Yeah. I can't tell you how many people finna be in the comments talking, I'll drop that 2K League player off.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a team sport at the end of the day, right? I know I'm going to take a hit if I don't ask you this question, man. You saw the TOS.
Yep.
Right. Are you going to sign the TOS at the end of the month, Badge?
So it's 5 days from now? What is this coming out the same day?
28th, yeah.
So we've got 5 days, and I've been speaking to a bunch of people, AllCity. I've been in your DMs as well, Brute. And the newest thing that was interesting is when I was talking to AllCity, he was like, if you sign it, or if you opt, you have to sign it first to opt out, right? I think that's how I read it. You have to sign it, opt out. There's nothing in there that says that they can't withhold you from playing the game now. They probably wouldn't do that, but at the moment, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to test the waters. I'm going to accept it because you have to accept it first and then opt out. And then wait a week or two because you have 30 days and see if they're getting people to, if they're actually banning people from playing the game. So, unfortunately, that's the path we have to take. But like I said, once again, with where we're going, I don't want to do RL. I'm passionate about basketball. I do have to keep playing. You know what I'm saying? It's my job. It's something that I care about. And I think that if I were to leave, instead of bringing all the awareness that I brought to it, it would do worse. If I just left, people wouldn't know about what's going on and nothing would change. And really, at the end of the day, what I want is change. I don't want to see 2K burn down and it's over. Right. And we never have another basketball game to play. I think some people get that message due to me being very harsh about what's going on. But at the end of the day, I want to see change and a better game and, the community come back. I've been here for a long time, and I remember what things used to be like and where we're at now. So I don't want 2K to be done, and that's it. I'm just one of their harshest critics because I love it. You know what I'm saying? Your mom and dad, when you were growing up, they're usually your biggest critics. Your sister, brother, whatever. They're your biggest critic because they want to see you do good. They want to see you be something. And I just want to see 2K be what they used to be. You know what I'm saying?
Well said, Marky. I don't think people understand that as a creator. Because people always say, no, that's my job, calm down now. Calm down. That's like telling me just to walk off from my job without a backup plan or without something there that I like doing. You know what I mean? You don't sign. I'm like, well, calm down. Calm down. All right. You could probably just not sign and you'll be all right because you got your job there and it's okay. But for us, we got to still. And I actually like the game, as you said. I want the game to do well. I want the game to do well because I do play 2K a lot, right? But I think what I see a lot is, especially with viewers, they like to push a lot of blame to creators. Right? There's no self-accountability, unfortunately. It's always creators. Y'all, I'm like, y'all influence, and a lot of them don't understand that they influence creators. We look at what they like, and then we provide it.
Yeah.
I don't think they understand that. And every time I say, they're like, no, I'm like, yo, I'm telling y'all got the strength. Y'all could affect change, but y'all don't want to accept that. You know what I'm saying? And this will lead me to my final question, man. Do you have any faith in the community that we could come together and force change?
I 100% do, without a doubt, without even flinching a muscle. I mean, look what we've already done. Negative 7%, and that was just this quarter. Negative $91 million. Like I was saying earlier, you know, so 75% of 2K's money, like we've seen, comes from microtransactions, and let's say we half that. Negative 7% was not $91 million. I'm not gonna do the quick math off my head. Well, actually, I am. It's probably like over what, 300 million if I just did a super quick math. 300 million is plenty enough to make some change. So if we just, like I was saying earlier, and I'm not even trying, like Brute was saying on his video, I'm not trying to hold the torch and like, come on, let's do this. But I'm just saying, if you want to be a part of being vocal and trying to make a difference in this space, half what you spent, that would make a huge change. But also, a lot of people need to understand that, like he was saying, how the creators get blamed for everything, is that, let's say every single person that watched Joe Knows, me, Brute, AllCity, everybody, that's probably like a concurrent somehow around like 500,000 people. You know, the most views are probably like 150,000 per video, 2,000, 200,000. But it's not the same 200,000. Let's just say it's 500K, right? There's still, if we subtracted that from 2K sales last year, that's still 12.5 million people. So it's going to be hard to make this, you know, people think like, oh, creators should just say, stop playing the game. Everyone's going to stop. Even if I got my whole concurrent base that watches, you know, because I have like 900K, there's like, let's say 100, 200 that are concurrently coming back. Okay, let's take 100,000 off 13 million. Now we're at 12.9. Like, it's going to make a difference, but it starts with the consumer, and also 2K. There's a lot of people that just don't watch 2K. Like they're just on to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? So we can make a change, but we can't. What I'm trying to say is we can't make this like burn down overnight. They're gonna make it change. Like, creators aren't the end all. What is it? End all be all.
You said it. Be all, whatever.
You know, we're not like the start. We're the start, but we're not like the whole process. At the end of the day, the consumer has to. You shouldn't even need creators to say do this. If you personally feel like this is a bad thing that's going on, stop spending your money or spend half, you know, something like that. Do it yourself. You don't wait for this guy to say this and this guy, because now you're just being a sheep. Like you feel like you have to be a part of something to do something. Just do it. Do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not responsible for this guy and this guy and this guy. Do it if that's how you feel. I'm not your dad. You know what I'm saying?
Heard up. Yeah, that's facts, bro.
Facts. That's well said. You say nicer than I did. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I told you. I was saying it today, and if the shoe fits, the shoe fits. You know. But one thing I also want to touch on, like you were saying about the creators, is that there's so many people that say another thing, like, oh, people only post jump shots, and this is why the community is dead. I'll post a creative video, and like it can do good. But like when a YouTuber posts a creative video that's outside the box, it's much less likely, or it's much more likely to do bad. Versus if you just post a jump shot, it gets 100K views. People, very obviously, there's a spot for that. You know what I'm saying? For jump shots, for builds, for things. People literally look for it. You're doing, or a good amount of people are doing what people want. They want, and this year I've really tried. You can look at my channel. Actual build videos, actual jump shots, I've only posted like 3 of each. You know what I'm saying? But if you look it up, I mean, people care about it. There's a spot for it. Versus if I post something really cool and unique and I put so much time into it, you don't know if it's going to do good. You know a jump shot's going to do good. You know a build's going to do good because there's a space for it.
That's exactly right, bro. I think that's every creator's experience. We put in hours, and there's a ton of hours. I know a lot of viewers don't get to understand the creator experience, and y'all don't need to. Y'all here to be entertained or, to watch your favorite creator. But there are, sometimes creators got to take risks, and we need to follow through with that risk if we want to, see some sort of change in what we do. Because I don't necessarily personally want to upload jump shot videos. It's like, it's not really my main interest, so I can't do that consistently. But without deny you, there's this absolute fact that if you look at the numbers, it's telling you upload jump shot videos, bro. That's what it's telling us. You guys, the viewers, you're telling us upload jump shot videos. And it just proves to be more difficult for a creator to expand past that within the 2K community. Very similar to what's going on with 2K microtransactions. If we commit towards change, we could affect change.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I said, man. And that's why I keep telling them, y'all influence creators more than y'all think.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to. They're like, nah, it's your fault. Y'all got to do it. Like, we march to your beat. Because after we upload, we look at these numbers, and every creator does it.
Yeah.
That's and facts, we know what y'all wants better than you think you know.
I mean, we could see down to the very minute details, like when y'all scrub. If y'all scrub our videos, we know that this portion is not entertaining, so you scrub across. We know how long you guys stay on and watch the videos, and we use this as a language to communicate. And this dictates what type of content we're going to end up creating in the future. Some folks may be stronger willed and stronger minded, but that also depends on the creator's circumstance. Hopefully viewers can understand that, and maybe we can start helping each other out.
Facts. Really that's what we close off, man. Before we head out, man, you got any final words, man?
Badge.
I just want to touch real quick on what you were saying at the end. It is painful to post something that you put a lot of time into that's creative and do bad, but also people don't even know this. There's people that will be like, oh, you're not going to show your build, or you're not going to show me your jump shot. Like, there's people that are really like mad if you don't show it. So it's like, you show it, you lose. You don't show it, you lose. But at some point, you got to pick which side you're going to be on. But yeah, I do want to say I appreciate you guys for getting me on today. I've never done a podcast before.
Hey, we got Badge Plug on his first podcast. Let's get it.
I hope that I'm scruffy, by the way, real scruffy.
Good.
But I enjoyed it, and hopefully it wasn't about the look of it. The lighting is bad and all that. It's more about what was said.
Substance. Right? Yeah, definitely substance over everything, man. Yeah. That's what's up, man.
You got any last words, man?
I just want to, salute to the homie Badge Plug for even coming on to the podcast, this being his first podcast. We're going to keep doing this thing, man. We're going to keep y'all connected, try to bring in some more folks here, and maybe we'll be the platform that helps bridge the gap out there. There's a lot of things.
Yeah, right. We're going to have some more controversy when we're going to invite Badge again.
Yeah. Yeah, right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? So thanks for coming through, my G, man. I really appreciate y'all just taking the time out, man, just to bless us with a few minutes of your time and just have this conversation, man. And y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know Badge Plug, man. Here is his tag. Just follow him. Y'all know what it is. Show some love. Tell him Bruce sent you. Till next time, y'all have a blessed one. Be safe out there, y'all.
Easy.
Peace.
If you guys are tired of running with randoms and you're looking for players to run with on NBA 2K, come on out and join our Discord. We'd love to have you. The link for Discord will be in the description below. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, and y'all be sure to keep it locked right here at AllCity Live TV, because we got a bunch more NBA 2K24 news, information, and updates coming your way. Drop a like and drop a sub on your way out. I'll catch you guys on the next video or live stream. Easy, y'all.